Yes, K.A.Vuton back in this thing. I got too many aliases at this point, bro. It's hard. K.A.Vuton, K.A.Vuton, Quasimodo, K.B.Z. At least if I gotta make more channels, you know what I'm saying? I got some more shit to say. Anyways, what's up? What's happening? It's your friendly neighborhood K.A. We back in here to talk some bullshit today. So, like and subscribe, do your thing. Happy holidays. Okay, we're here to talk about this little Mitch and Lil Yachty situation. If you haven't seen it, you didn't peep. Basically, that whole situation, we're probably gonna recap it a bit, but Lil Yachty, Lil Bo, whatever you call him as Yachty, basically dropped a podcast with Lil Baby. Lil Baby came on there, he's doing his little press run for the album that's dropping January 3rd, I believe. Wham. Who harder than me, or who hard as me, or who hot as me, whatever the fuck the acronyms for. With that being said, right, it was a nice talk. I did like the interview. Baby was opening up a bit more. I did enjoy it a little bit. Now, the one thing for him to bring back the Safe Place podcast, we were like, oh, where is Mitch? Now, if you don't know what happened, basically, there was an episode with Key Glock, and basically people was clowning Yachty like, yo, you was disrespectful to your friend, you was doing all that. And basically, Yachty went on a rant when he was also dissing Caribou at the same time. Basically insinuating he does not need to know the podcast. He's an artist. He did it for Mitch because he fought with Mitch, yada, yada, yada. And they was doing the podcast. He put money in Mitch's pocket, yada, yada, this and that, this and that, this and that. So he done with the podcast. We thinking we not seeing the podcast anymore. So Mitch tried to clear it up or whatever have you. He was just quiet. He wasn't taking it serious. So apparently Yachty was upset the fact that he wasn't defending him or whatever have you. So basically this podcast has been in limbo. We don't know what is going on with the Safe Place podcast. We liked both of them together. We did enjoy Mitch and Yachty as a duo for this podcast. But clearly, as we could see with this Lil Baby podcast, Yachty can do these podcasts by himself. He also did a podcast. I don't know if it was with Drewski or on Drewski's podcast, but we seen him doing this thing where he also made a reference to not knowing if he's going to come back doing podcasting. So I don't know if this was a favor because Lil Baby is his friend. He like, yo, fuck it. We're going to do one special episode for the podcast. Or he like, yo, fuck it. I'm going to try to bring this shit back. It's not going to be as... I think at a point it was almost weekly. It was almost weekly with him and Mitch. Maybe every now and again we will get a podcast from him. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, at this point he kind of took bro off the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? He took bro off the show and it looks crazy. So Mitch had some shit to say about it. You know what I'm saying? If I can get the tweets, just give me a second. Let me see if I can get the tweets. Yeah, if I could get the tweets real quick. Mitch has something to say. He said, don't worry, y'all. I will be on the next episode of my own show, season 2025. So I don't know if there's going to be another podcast. Most likely it's probably going to be a podcast in my opinion. I have a lot to talk about. And I'm going to get my bitch back. I'm just waiting for the holidays to be over, or after Christmas or whatever. I don't know if he's talking about his cousin by marriage. I don't know. I don't know if that was a joke or whatever he was on. But he seems in very good spirits so far. I don't know. Some of that shit sounds like he's trolling. His next tweet here was, but in the meantime, if you need a BBL, got officially certified in September. So, hey, all the girls that are struggling to get a BBL, Mitch got you on deck. But anyways, I don't know what's happening. We had Caribou hyping it up as well. Like, oh, yes, can't wait to, yes, we can't wait, feed us, Mitch. So again, seems like they are on good terms. So I just don't know exactly what's going on with this as well. It kind of looks sneaky as well. It's different if Yachty launched like a whole new podcast. It could have been the same way of how you do something, but just without that name. He took Mitch out of the bio of the podcast. I don't know if Yachty owns the intellectual property of a safe space or whatever have you. He might, I don't know. It's just crazy. It is just crazy. Again, the way I'm looking at it, again, and maybe this is just my biasness, because again, I don't know how Yachty think, and I get it. You have all these friends, you the breadwinner, people's annoying you. I'm not going to say you gave Mitch a career, but like, you put him in a position, and maybe he thought he was ungrateful for being put in that position, kind of similar to how he feels about Caribou. So you cut him off and all this other shit. Like, but still, even with the Mitch one, it wasn't really his fault. like, cause you're really mad at him just cause he didn't really engage with the public. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing you're really mad at. Fine, K.A.Vuitton, you could say, oh, she was doing this to people, she was doing that, I was writing her verse. At least there are some shit is that, okay, at some point you could sit there and have like, okay, I could see why you're annoyed by this person. But like, if Mitch, the only reason you're really mad at him is because he didn't like go on social media like, yo, hey, Bo ain't like that, da 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 da. It's like, don't get me wrong, you do have a right to be mad, but I feel like y'all could have worked that shit out, and it didn't need to come to the point where you kick him off the podcast. I liked both of them together, and hey, maybe Yachty's trying to prove that, yo, I could do this shit myself. As much as y'all like Mitch, I can also do this shit myself. I don't need that nigga to keep this shit going. And maybe that's what it is at the end of the day. It's really just one of those situations where I'm just like, well, okay, it is what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just... it's crazy. We'll see. I want to see Mitch's new show. If he does have a new podcast coming or a new show, I would like to see that. I would be intrigued to see how it is. And yeah, I'm kind of curious, but we'll see where this goes. We'll see if the safe place will just be Yachty by himself now, just interviewing people, how consistent it will be, and you know, we'll just see where this goes at this point. I thought as much as I covered the breakup between them, I should provide a little bit of an update. That's why when I was doing the video about him going back and forth with K.A.Vuitton, I'm like, I should just do it separate. I don't need to sneak it in. I could just do it separate before I get to the other shit. But hey, with that being said, what do y'all think? You think the prime version of the safe space is Yachty and Mitch, or you like this Yachty just by himself? Do y'all miss Mitch? Put it down in the comments down below. How do you think about this shit? Y'all think, looking back at that situation when Yachty went on the rant on IG Live, y'all think it was that serious that them boys couldn't talk about it and like smooth that shit over? Because I don't really think that situation was that bad. It wasn't that serious. But anyways, comment down below. Links in the description. Besides that, it's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. Black TJ there while they're doing this thing. My name ring bells like K.A.Vuitton. Hit like, subscribe. You trying to hit a little bit more to your man. I'm gone. Slimes on peace, y'all else gang. Aye.